This is The Great Expanse by John Bat 426 here on YouTube. It is always a pleasure to record these videos, to edit them, put my unique spin on them for your viewing pleasure, for your listening pleasure. And if you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, hit the like button. Share these videos with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. Which one? All. Not personalized or the one underneath, but all. So the next time a new video is dropped, you'll know about it second. I'll know about it first. In certain lights, it looks a lot more defined, but in real life, it really isn't anything spectacular. It's not like I'm Scott Steiner. Or am I? No, I'm not. But you've clicked on the thumbnail. You know what this video is about. This is more or less an editorial, okay? We'll be discussing the last Superman trailer, which I did record a reaction to, but there was so much background noise that I didn't know where that noise was coming from. I didn't know it was from the TV next door or from outside. But it was very distracting. So I said, maybe I won't be able to upload it. Maybe I'll do a rewatch of the Superman trailer. You know what I mean? This way I can give you kind of point by point what I didn't like about it. But that's kind of what today's video is about. All right, Superman's tickets on sale trailer. That's kind of the announcement, all right? There were several things that I didn't like about this trailer. Several things. I did not like Nicholas Holt's performance of Lex Luthor. I liked some of his dialogue. Like, he's like, and the people who raised you, I'll kill them too. I mean, that's some really psychopathic things to say to somebody. Especially like the Superman. You're going to say that the Superman, like the stones on Lex Luthor. So great line, but the way it's delivered, it just does not come across as a real threat. It's almost like a brat hiding behind his big brother saying, I'll kill your family too. I'm not saying his voice was that high, but there's no bass in his voice. So there's not a lot of concrete substance to what he's saying, if that makes sense. It's almost, I'm gonna put on an exaggerated voice. And people who raised you, I'll find them and I'll kill them too. The words are, yikes, why would you do something this horrific? But the way I'm saying it, you're like, man, if I find you first, I'm gonna just knock you out. I'm gonna just knock your teeth out. So I don't think there's any problems with the script because the lines, they hit, but I just don't like Nicholas Holt's performance. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I don't like the way his voice sounds. Now, there could be some trailer trickery involved in this, but there's a sequence where it looks like Guy Gardner's Green Lantern gets right in Superman's face. And I don't remember exactly what he said, but I'm like, so even if Green Lantern isn't challenging Superman to do something to Green Lantern, it's like, who is Guy Gardner's Green Lantern to tell Superman what to do about another situation? Again, it could be trailer trickery. You know what I mean? He could have just been saying, make a move. You know what I mean? As far as Superman doing something else, not like him, you know, squaring up and squabbling. The only reason why I'm doing that is because people know that I hate that Kendrick Lamar song, Squabble Up. That's the only reason why I did that. Side note, but anyway. So it's like, you're Guy Gardner. It's like, how could you possibly motivate Superman with that haircut? And you being like a C-list Green Lantern. You're not even an A-list Green Lantern. So again, I have an issue with Guy Gardner delivering those lines. Then there's another sequence where Mr. Terrific, and again, it could be trailer trickery. It might not even be a continuous like segment or like a steady scene or whatever. Hey, he's like, quit messing around.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important
stuff.
stuff.
And then Superman's like laying on his back like, and he like rolls up. I'm like, why does he sound like Jim Carrey as Fletcher Reed in Liar Liar? Where, remember his secretary was like, you said you brought this antique frame from Tiffany's. Then he goes, garage sale 650 worked them from 10. That's what David Corenswet's performance there reminded me of. Jim Carrey in Liar Liar instead of Superman. Now again, if those two sequences are not connected, why would you connect it in the trailer? What message would you possibly want to convey about Mr. Terrific, of all people, telling Superman to stop messing around? Because that's how it's arranged in the trailer. Quit messing around. He's like, why would you make it look like he was talking to Superman? Now, let's think about it. The only people who could possibly hold Superman accountable are people, first of all, ones that he allows to, which is only his parents, and I believe Paul Kent bites the big one in this movie. I don't know that for a fact, but it seems like it's leading in that direction. Batman, who was his best friend, Wonder Woman, and Lois Lane. Those are the only people who can talk to Superman like that. Not Guy Gardner saying make a move, or Mr. Terrific, quit messing around. Again, those sequences may not even be connected. But why would you arrange the trailer to make it look like he's saying that to Superman? I don't know if people forget who Superman is, and I don't feel like I'm out of bounds for saying that. This is Superman. Superman is an emblem. He's a symbol. He is the standard to which every superhero is measured. From DC to Marvel to Image to Dark Horse to all the other comic book companies that are out there. The smaller ones, of course. Why is come on, man. This is Superman. Superman. So those were things that I did not like about the trailer. But visually, it still looks stunning. It's still a great trailer, but those are things that I do not like about this trailer. Now, let's move on to James Gunn's controversial article in Rolling Stone magazine. He's saying so many head-scratching things in this article that some people have begun to doubt the direction of this movie as well as the DCU. Now, my main thing is this. There are a lot of quirky geniuses. I'm not saying James Gunn is a genius. I'm not saying he's not a genius. I'm just saying in history, culturally, there have been a lot of standoffish, like non-social, talented people that do spectacular in their field. But when it comes to interviews and talking to people, no. That's why a lot of these guys have handlers. They have managers that step in when it comes to doing something that they're out of their comfort zone doing with. Like meet and greets. A lot of times it's, hi, how you doing? Sign autograph, shake hand, next. How you doing? Sign autograph, make it out to who? Blah, blah. There's not a lot of interactions, not a lot of discourse, because a lot of people do not have that ability. Their brain is just totally focused about what they're doing, their art, their work. You know what I mean? And I'm beginning to wonder if James Gunn is one of those quirky types. Again, I don't want to say he's a genius. I don't want to say he's not a genius, because I don't know. I need to see the movie. Creature Commandos was an excellent series to me. I like the artwork because it's its own style. That's what I mean. It's stylized. It has its own unique outlook. I like the dialogue. I like the introspection on each character. Now, I was disappointed by the finale because I wanted to see more from Nina Mazersky. And the whole time I'm saying, what can she do? Why is she a part of this team? And so, someone told me, well, she was just there to keep the team together. That don't fly for me. I'm sorry. I wanted to see just something. All right. So her death felt very premature to me. I'm like, wait a minute. I finally get an episode about her and she's dead. And this whole Princess Ilyana Raskovich, I think was her name. She was nobody. The only thing she had was like these super villain acquaintances, like in Cersei's vision. She's like standing alongside Gorilla Grodd, bringing the Justice League to heel. She has Clayface in her palace, and she's like talking to Clayface. I'm like, who could she be? I'm like, these guys have purple on. They're shooting purple lasers. I said, is this a Brainiac clone? Is this like, you know what I mean? Because, Brainiac typically uses purple energy beams. Turns out she's just a crazy Disney princess, as the bride called her, that wanted to rule the world. I'm like, I don't get that. Now, that's something that, again, I didn't like about Creature Commandos, but it was very well done. Creature Commandos is very well done. If Creature Commandos is an indication of where the DCU is going, we are in great hands. Even if James Gunn is not talking like he should as the head of a studio, we are in great hands if Creature Commandos is any indication. I like the quirkiness between the characters. I like the fact that things aren't just like left to like flutter around. It seemed like every loose end was tied up. All right. I guess there's sign language for tied up. But anyway, so I don't doubt James Gunn's ability. Maybe, and again, I'm going to say this too. After that interview that you could read online, it was then put behind a paywall, so you would have to pay to read the article. So as I said, Peter Safran and David Zaslav did some serious damage control. They did some serious damage control. They probably pulled James into the office and said, you're doing great at your job, but you need to stay away from interviews. Stay away from interviews, James. All right. Now, am I watching Superman? Am I watching Supergirl or The Brave and the Bold for James Gunn's interview skills? No. But other people can be deterred. D-E-T-E-R-R-E-D. Okay, I'm not saying deterred, but deterred. By the way he presents himself. Because if you look that deeply into it, it could affect the product from your standpoint. Somebody asked me, how would you feel, because I was having this discussion in Discord, how would you feel if before you saw Thor Ragnarok, and Taika Waititi, who directed Thor Ragnarok as well as Thor Love and Thunder, said in the interview he read a Thor comic for about 2 minutes and then threw it away and said the movie's going to be nothing like the comic book. I honestly said I will be less enthused to watch those movies. So yes, your interviews, the way you address the public, your discourse with other members of media outlets can affect people's perception of your ability. So I believe James Gunn is going to be very careful with his answers from here on out. Obviously, steps have been taken to make sure that this interview with Rolling Stones, the accessibility of it is limited because you got to pay to watch it. I mean, read it now. But overall, I still believe that Superman is in good hands, even with the things I don't like in the trailer. I believe it's in good hands. Let me add this too, about something I didn't like. Too much crypto. Too much. It's almost like crypto was getting as much time in this movie as the cat did from A Quiet Place Day One. The Miracle Cat. I was like, why is this cat getting all this airtime? I mean, screen time. And it seems like crypto was getting just as much screen time, if not more, than the cat from A Quiet Place Day One. Why? Why? I do like the fact that crypto was incorporated into this movie because these are characters that are essential to Superman. Superman's the nucleus. The Daily Planet. They are a component to Superman. Perry White, the editor of the Daily Planet. Lois Lane, major character. Jimmy Olsen. I think Cat Grant is in it as well. These are peripheral characters to Superman. Crypto, peripheral character to Superman. So everything is pointing back to Superman. Ma Kent. Okay? But I don't know why he's getting all this screen time. Again, could be trailer trickery. The scene where Superman and Crypto punch the guy's teeth out and they bounce off the camera. I was like, what just happened there? What was that? What just happened there? But overall, I give that trailer a B-. That's my least favorite trailer of the Superman movie. B-. All right. James Gunn's interview, kind of all over the place. Now, how do you feel about my reaction to the Superman latest trailer? How do you feel about my reaction to James Gunn's Rolling Stone article? Those are just my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Leave a comment, leave a dissertation if necessary. David Brent, please let them know where those comments or dissertations go, sir. Thank you, Mr. Brent. Wernham Hogg's Finest, The Office UK. Do your part, I'll do my part. So The Great Expanse by John Bat 426 can and will expand. It's in the name. And still, July 11th, 2025. Up, and away.